Hi, Happy New Year. I know it's like 9 or 10 days late, depending on when this actually uploads. I tried to do it the live stream way. First, I was going to do it just to chat. That didn't work because it just, didn't like it. And the second was going to be a continuation of the fruit of the spirit. I have pondered on it for so long that it was a 20-minute video live stream that YouTube only caught 5 minutes of. So, yeah. Um, Needless to say, this is try number 3, and if this doesn't work, and it's not going to be a live stream, obviously, then I'm just going to not do a video. And you could leave this in because A, I don't have any way of editing. B, I don't know how to do. And C, this ties right into what I want to talk about. This is going to be just going to talk this evening. It'll be evening when I upload this, probably morning when you see it. So this day, everyone's talking about their word of the year, and I'm like, I mean, I never really bought much into that stuff, but you know what? Like, I've noticed that there's a word that has come across my mind a lot lately, and it's transparency. I'm not saying that's my word, but like on my social medias, especially the one I use the most, uh, I've been more honest. One, I've pulled away a lot and just kind of let things just kind of scroll and leave it alone. The other one, I'm more on and like honest with because I spent a lot of time reaching out to a lot of people last year, especially on social media, and it just wasted so much time. And I waste enough time as it is, just day to day life, making a mistake here, getting my priorities out of order there. I mean, heck, I probably should be sleeping, but whatever. But the first, several days of this year, I can't believe it. Both feels like a long year already, and that no time has passed at all. Because honestly, it feels no different. But transparency, I've been more transparent with the friends I do have. Some of who watch this channel, so you know who you are if you are. I've been more transparent on the social media, and I've just kind of cut a lot of people out of my life. And I'm saying that because again, I'm trying to just I have a problem. I've had a problem for a while with hanging on to friendships longer than they exist. Like, I think that you talk to someone for a while and then you stop, and they're of course is going about their life because in hindsight, I'm the one starting most of the conversations, something I do a lot, and they're just living their life. And if you're in it, great. If not, who cares? Not a big deal. So this year, I've kind of just not really done that as much. The amount of people I've talked to has gone down considerably, but the amount of conversations I've had, like the ratio of started conversations to actual conversations, has been a lot more balanced. And with everything else I'm dealing with planning to graduate and trying to balance future and present out at the same time, doing that and being more honest with people in general, and I plan on having more of like these things, it's just refreshing. And finding out, oh, look, I'm not the only person trying to be transparent in the world. Let me get to know these other transparent people. Am I agreeing with them on everything? No. But that's the point. Like, I don't, sometimes specifically watch things on YouTube or connect with people on social media that I don't agree with on something, some major issues, from spiritual religious belief, whatever. And I connect with them. I find the things we have in common, and I just talk. I comment, or I whatever. Like, I keep up with, because first off, if you're always in your own bubble, you never really grow. And secondly, people are so fast. The part of the problem of why people aren't as transparent in general, myself included, is because they're afraid. Because if they let this flaw out, if they let this idiosyncrasy out, oh, they lose people. It's almost And the unfortunate thing is there's a lot of truth in that. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Like, I show this and I don't hear from some people. I show this and, I mean, of course, then other friendships grow closer because they're like, hey, we have this in common. But at the same time, it's like, ah, um, and I've gotten, from my videos, especially people texting or messaging or whatever, saying, hey, I really appreciate that you're being more transparent. It makes me feel like, this is going to make a difference. This channel is going to make a difference. My ability to just not care as much about what people think of my flaws, my idiosyncrasies, the things I'm good at, the fact that I don't know what the heck I'm doing more than half the time. And that's just in the present. The future is completely out of my understanding. And just the stresses that I have on a day-to-day basis, whether it's self-induced, whether it's others-induced, whether it's just dealing with life, the strengths in walking with the Lord, the weaknesses in that walk, because it's not a perfect walk by any stretch. Like, having people that I can talk to about these things has been life-changing. And those people that I've been able to connect with, whether they're near me or 1,000 miles away, they mean more to me than I'll ever be able to say. Like, their impact and their willingness to start conversations sometimes, and their willingness to be like, hey, this tweet you did, or hey, I haven't heard from you in a few days, or hey, like, you mentioned this, you were struggling with this, how's that going? Like, being on the other end of that has more than, because I'm usually that person. I'm usually like, hey, I saw you posted about this. I want you to know I'm praying for you. Hey, I saw you tweet or post or mention this somewhere. I want you to know that I'm here for you. And then having that never, like, so rarely reciprocated last couple years, but last year was a lot more noticeable because I was maybe not letting it happen as easily. And now this year I was just like, nah, man, like, I'm way too old and far along in my walk with some of these people, for some of these people that have been in like that consistently, to just keep doing that. I can't let people get to me like I have. God is trying to grow me, and I can't, and I already have a problem with relying on people more than I should, just in general, which seems like an oxymoron for those of you that know me, because you're like, wait, you barely, but like, I rely on people. Like, the part of the reason why I stopped doing this channel for so long is because there weren't a lot of people watching it. So I was like, what's the point? What am I doing this for? What does this even matter? But to have people that are willing to be like, hey, you can share things with, because like, I would have this habit of sharing so much because, oh, this person accepts this flaw, so they'll accept all of these too, and then it just not work because I overshare, or they, or I am misunderstood, or they weren't ready for it, or whatever. And now it's like I have people that accept my idiosyncrasies. I mean, and or at the very least are willing to be like, hey, yo, like, let's talk about this, instead of just shutting me out or like growing distant or like whatever. And then again, going back to starting conversations, like, it's just so nice to know that if I go a few days without talking to a few of these people, I know that that doesn't change anything, because with my anxiety, especially when it comes to social anxiety, it's always wondering, like, okay, well, that was nice while it lasted, so they're on to the next person. So to know that I have friends from 2018 and 2017 that are even more genuine and close and just raw with me. And it doesn't matter the distance, it doesn't matter the differences, it doesn't matter the stages of life, it doesn't matter. It's just been really rewarding. And I know I have, for those of you that follow the Twitter, I have that thankfulness thread, and I try and include a lot of different people, even those I'm not necessarily like friend with, but like there's just some that just hold a special places in my heart. God, I hope this loads. Anyways, oh man, I'm just really thankful to not be alone because sometimes, because I can get in my own head and I can text one of these, be like, just pray for me. I'm struggling, and I know they will. Like I know they will. They have full plates and they go out of their way for me, so I know they care. Which is something, I mean, that's something else I struggle with because I'm like, other people have full plates too, so I don't want to burden them with what's on mine. I'm just glad that I have people. So going back, tying this all the way around in one big circle, I'm going to be more transparent in these videos, especially the ones that are just like this, that are just me talking, or whether it's a live stream when it works, or something like this. So I'm just going to talk. That's why I started it, but like I'm really going to emphasize that on these videos. It may be multiple topics at once, or maybe kind of focused more as this one sort of is. I don't know. That's part of the it's part of the fun. Um, but I hope you guys are having a good new year. We made it. We made it to 2019. I can't believe it's only like 9 or 10 days in or whatever. But we made it. And we're going to take it one step at a time. And I'll see you all in the next video. Lord willing. I love you guys. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Feel free to comment, ask questions, suggestions, whatever. I'm pretty easygoing. This is something. This is just a way for me to connect with people, so that I can make a difference in their lives, and others can know that they're not alone. So I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.